Hello, my wonderful viewers, and welcome to another episode of Betty Adams Overanalyzes. Today, we are going to take a look at Kaiju number 8, chapter 40, and this will be the spoiler-free review, and oh my goodness, here comes a plot twist! Now, I did not see this coming, although I did ask the question that this plot twist answers in one of my previous videos, but, this was a roller coaster ride. It starts out, and we open up with a previous character, and we think we know where this arc is going, but it just starts out on a really, really lighthearted note. It's laughter, it's fun, it's a lot like the previous chapter. And going in, I thought that's what we were going to get this chapter. Just a bunch of a lighthearted, fun training arc, people learning, getting along, and then it just took a sudden corkscrew off to the side with the plot, and we checked back in with some other characters, and the emotional whiplash from this chapter was intense. You're just sitting there laughing and chuckling, and then suddenly, oh yeah, right, people are fighting for their lives. And then it continues on, and we get the major plot twists. Now, again, this chapter is going to be a little bit hard to discuss without going into any major spoilers. We learn some about the socio-political dynamics of the Defense Force, and we learn how the contrast between the various captains is very, very open. Again, I'm just taking back to the concept that the Kaiju Defense Force in Japan is run a lot like the National Parks Service in the United States. Everything's open out there to the public. They're a little more in the public eye because things that might kill you are always a little more examined than just plants and trees. But there is a definite social rank to the captains, and however much more powerful than Mina, Captain Narumi is, Mina is by far the more popular, which drives kind of a social wedge between them. So we have Mina. She is definitely, as we saw, the golden child of the Defense Force, followed at a long distance by Narumi, who is a social presence to be reckoned with. Anybody with that much skill has got to be admired, but because of his general lack of dignity that we saw in the last chapter, he is nowhere near Mina's level, and we get to see how this dynamics affects them, and of course how it affects the soldiers under them. We also get some more character development, and again, you get that same emotional whiplash from the character development that you did from the plot development. You're looking at these people, and you're seeing them in one light, and then just suddenly your view of them suddenly shifts. And again, this is the creator, Matsumoto, being very true to life here. He's building these people out as full characters. And they're not just one-dimensional. These really feel like real human beings. And I get the feeling that when you're creating a character or as an author, you often bring bits and pieces of many other characters. But when you find a certain attitude dynamic, someone who is one way in one situation and completely different in another situation, you get the feeling that the creator knows someone like this. So I think the personality of Captain Jin Narumi of the 1st Division is at least partially based on someone that Matsumoto knows personally. I also learned a new phrase today, ego surfing. Apparently that's where you go online and try to bolster up your ego by looking at comments about you. And apparently, I think I've done that in the past, but I've never actually heard that term before. So, ego surfing, a new term. In the past, I've speculated on how this next arc was going to be set up, because we have basically 6 main characters the story looks like it's going to be focusing on. Kafka, Kikoru, Aiharu, Rinu, Aoi, and what's its name? Pretty Boy, Rich Boy. And so that's 6 characters that this arc needs to focus on, and one way to speed up the arc would be to pair them up. And I speculated on what pairings we would get, and we do get a pairing in this first chapter, and that is one of what I would consider to be one of the major plot twists. It just really illustrates how good Matsumoto is at creating logical plot twists. It also raises some questions about Director General Shinomiya and what his motivations are. Again, I don't want to give any spoilers, but I think it really rounds him out as a character, and his seemingly cold technical decision for the good of the force is actually hiding some more personal decisions, and it shows what he really thinks about other characters. And again, the general's personality is just rounding out really nicely, and it's rounding out into be almost the complete opposite of what we thought it was going to be going in. And that's just really, really good writing, because every new twist to the general's personality makes sense when you actually go back and read the previous chapters and look at what his backstory is and what he's lived through and dealt with. And I'm really, really enjoying this character development in this chapter, and in all the previous chapters, of course. So I'm going to go record this spoiler version now. That should be up on Sunday as usual. Until then, you can go check out the link below the video for Humans Are Weird. I Have the Data, a book of human absurdity. Hit that like and subscribe button, and peace out, my wonderful viewers.
The book from author Betty Adams, Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, is a humorous look at human behavior through the eyes of aliens. This book is arranged in separate reports or essays, documenting the experiences with humanity through the lens of the aliens who have to interact with them. This anthology of short stories and vignettes from alien points of view highlights some of humanity's quirks we can all relate to. Author Betty Adams captures how strange and interesting humans can really be. This is a fun collection of stories you will really get a kick out of. Humans Are Weird, I Have the Data, from author Betty Adams. Order your copy right now on Amazon.